What if Cat Noir was the guardian? This is a question that's been on my mind for a while, especially since Miracle Queen. I know almost everyone has thought about it at some point, but as much as we love Marinette, she wasn't that great at being the guardian, and she wasn't ready for it. Making a huge mistake led to her downfall, and she did it twice. Once in Miracle Queen, she exposed Master Fu's identity, and in the Season 4 finale, she chose Felix because of Risk's power. But not trusting her partner, Cat Noir, led to losing almost all the miraculouses. And with all the power, Gabriel eventually won. But what if that day, Master Fu had chosen Cat Noir as a guardian instead of Ladybug? What would have changed in the story? Welcome to my channel. Before we start, if you love Miraculous, hit that button and let's get started. Master Fu starts to lose his control over Hawkmoth and Mayura. The Centimonster's relentless attacks start to crack the shield, and all hope begins to fade. Ladybug and Cat Noir are fighting the enemies, but at what cost? Queen Bee is ready to get akumatized again, and things can go wrong at any moment. Master Fu makes a last-ditch effort to make Ladybug the guardian in order to save them. But wait a moment, Fu thinks twice about choosing Marinette. She led to his doom, and she is responsible for almost losing all the miraculouses in the first place. Master Fu looks at Cat Noir this time. He has never made any mistakes or lost a miraculous, unlike Ladybug. Marinette told Alia too much, and she was almost discovering all the Guardians' history, which has led to this day. Considering all the mistakes Ladybug made, Master Fu changes his decision. Fu yells at Cat Noir and says, "I neglected you so much, Cat Noir, but I'm going to fix this. I trust you more and you can be the next guardian despite everything." He yells the spell and chooses Cat Noir to be the new guardian. The miracle box takes on a black orb appearance, and Fu loses all his memories, just like in the original. Marinette looks desperately, but still understands her master's choice. Hawkmoth and Mayura start to retreat because she is getting sicker due to the Peacock Miraculous. This time, Ladybug tries to catch them, and Cat Noir tries to take the miracle box back from Chloe. Chloe's rage is all directed at Ladybug, so she doesn't even bother with Cat Noir. But we all know that Cat Noir takes all of them back and tries to reason with her again.
Adrien always saw Chloe as a sister, so after their little chat, Chloe comes to her senses, at least a little bit.
Thanks to Adrien's more mature nature, he can reason with her and bring her to the good side once again. Ladybug comes back with no results, and the villains escape without any difficulty. Before they split up, Ladybug gives Cat Noir the translated grimoire so he can know what she learned. She may not be a guardian and still more experienced than Cat Noir, so she tries to teach everything she knows. And the Season 3 ends with a post-credit scene, but real changes starts in episode Gang of Secrets.
I'm Ladybug.
In Season 4, Marinette now understands all her past mistakes. Without the burden of being the guardian, she is now free, and she focuses more on defeating Hawkmoth. And if you think Adrien would go into a depression, then you're wrong. He can handle it without any major issues. Things go the same until episode Gang of Secrets. Ladybug and Cat Noir are working together again, but now Marinette is no longer in a bad mood, so her friends don't come to her place and won't get akumatized. In this timeline, Alia will never find out that Marinette is Ladybug. Her absence will create a snowball effect. But in episode Mr. Pigeon, we see that Adrien gets hit by the villain, and everything is all up to Marinette again. Without Alia's help, it would be hard. But we all know that Ladybug's power, Lucky Charm, gets a luck boost when things go desperately. We know that she can handle it on her own. After fixing everything, Adrien understands that he was too reckless before. They were almost losing the worst villain, and from now on, he starts to take more responsibility. Suhan comes to town and tries to find the new guardian. With his skills, he can enter the Agreste mansion without any casualties. Adrien would be more aggressive than Marinette, and they start to clash in his room. But when he starts to lose, he calls for his lady. Ladybug understands the situation better, but everything is up to Cat Noir now. And he says, "I will never give up on Miraculous or my memories with my mother." They flee, but we all know that Gabriel won't stay silent for long. He turns into Furious Fu, and our heroes defeats him without any problem. But Suhan would be even more annoying than before. The only thing that keeps him in line is Marinette's calm and cute personality. I don't think it would work if he met with Cat Noir first. Both sides can't win this argument, so Suhan retreats, and this leads to another problem later. Adrian starts to rethink their strategy and make a decision. He gives the rabbit Miraculous to Ladybug. If Adrian loses the box, they will always have a backup plan to take it back. With Zoe Lee's arrival, things will get more complicated. She meets Marinette and gets akumatized by Shadow Moth again because of Chloe. Yes, she will be the same against her half-sister because she is so stubborn. But in Queen Banana, Catnoir wouldn't give any Miraculous to Zoe because they don't know each other that well. So, Catnoir tries to reason with Chloe first. And when things go wrong, he unifies the bee and cat Miraculouses and defeats her with Ladybug. Chloe's anger would be less this time because of her embarrassment towards heroes and not seeing Vesperia. Things are easier and she forgives her lost sister. In episode Gabriel Agreste, with all the guests, it would be hard to hide the Kwamis. Adrian would be more careful at the party and hide them well because his cousin created a lot of trouble back in the day. Marinette would be in a stalker mode again because she has nothing to do. And Felix would still find out that Gabriel is Shadow Moth. But in the end, the magical charm plotline would be missed because the only way to find them was through Alia, and she didn't learn about Marinette's secret identity. In episode Mega Leech, the mayor turns into Maledictator again, and her tiny army starts to rampage in the city. This time, Catnoir and Ladybug agree that they need help, so they make a plan to stop Mega Leech first. But they need more people. Catnoir tells Ladybug that they need Multimouse. Ladybug panics because if Catnoir tries to find Marinette herself, it would be suspicious, and she wants to protect her identity. She gives the idea to unify the Mouse Miraculous and transforms into Multi-Lady. But despite all their effort, they can't stop Maledictator's Centimonsters. So Catnoir makes a choice. He grabs the bee, horse, and dragon Miraculouses. He finds Max and Kagami easily, but when Catnoir looks at the bee Miraculous, there is only one queen bee for him. Adrian always believed his childhood friend Chloe and saw potential in her, unlike Marinette. So he goes to find Chloe and speaks with her. The moment of truth arrives, Chloe Bourgeois. If you really want to learn how a hero is supposed to be, you once fought with us for fame. But this time, you will show everyone that you're a real hero. You can take the bee Miraculous, but if you think about betraying us after everything, I will use Cataclysm on you. Chloe is frightened at first, but after all the mistakes she has made, she thinks and accepts being a hero once again. She transforms into Queen Bee. They work well together and stop Mega Leech and the President. But this time, Ladybug starts to doubt Catnoir's judgments. Episode Guilt Trip will be similar to original. They will need Rose as a hero, and she saves the day. But I can't say the same for Crocodile. Adrian chooses Luka to fight with them because he knows him better. Instead of giving Tiger Miraculous, he would receive Snake again. Let's face it, Snake Miraculous is just one of the best, and there is no way to lose with it unless you're Gabriel. In the opening scene, we see Mayura creating Optigami. She observes every hero, but cannot uncover their identities. As in the original, a ball is planned, and all known heroes are invited. However, Adrian forgets to invite Marinette, because he is too busy with Kwamis this time. Chloe and Kagami are the first to fall, and you know what will happen, the other heroes. They all turn into dust. Adrian transforms in an elevator and immediately tries to contact Ladybug. But there is no way for her to enter the building, so he unifies Horse Miraculous with Black Cat. With Pegacat's power, Ladybug arrives, and they make a plan to defeat Style Queen. Ladybug offers to use Fox and Bee Miraculous to catch her off guard. They unifies them, and with Lucky Charm, Style Queen has no chance. But after using Miraculous Ladybugs, things takes a bad turn for the heroes, because they won't be able to spot Optigami. Optigami will be still operational, and thanks to Natalie's list, they can be found one day. When we get to the Senti Bubbler episode, Marinette doesn't have any reason to be in Alia's house. So Shadow Moth's plan will work. She will try to save her family, but captured by Shadow Moth. Adrian, realizing that his lady is trapped in one of the balloons, understands the gravity of the situation and knows this isn't a normal attack. He makes a plan to stabilize the Senti Bubbler and distract Shadow Moth, involving using the Bee and Fox Miraculouses. But using all three powers together can be harmful, so he decided to bring Queen Bee to the field. Catnoir unifies Fox and Black Cat Miraculous and turns into Black Fox. While they were talking with each other, Optigami still watches them. Because of this, their plan won't work, and they will need to find another way. They use Kalki's power to free Ladybug, and once again, thanks to Ladybug's lucky charm, they save the day. The villains may lost again, but Natalie catches something between Catnoir and Chloe, and she will try to find more about this relationship because no one would ever give a traitor another change. So there must be a personal bond. The episode Glaciator 2 doesn't have any story-related plot, so let's move to Haxan. Marinette, being away from Paris, realizes she won't be able to help other heroes. Gabriel and Natalie, using the data Optigami has provided, begin eliminating candidates for who could or could not be Ladybug or Catnoir. Natalie, keeping a list of everyone they're monitoring, begins to notice a pattern. All the candidates are Adrian's classmates. Her suspicion starts to grow, but realizes that in episode Gorizilla, he wasn't the Catnoir, but still questions. Shadow Moth makes his moves like in the original, and almost every Parisian turns into mindless slave. Meanwhile, Marinette would be captured unable to do anything. Catnoir tries to find someone who can help him in all Paris, but all the effort? He even couldn't find the villain, and all city is against him. Making a mistake could lead to disaster, so he grabs Snake and Ox Miraculous to protect himself. Unifying them hurts him, but knowing there is no other choice, he continues and finds Markov. Adrian uses second chance to confront with Markov, but whenever he tries to fight, he was almost losing. That's why he starts to reason with him. He confronts Markov countless times, trying to convince him to stop, much like Doctor Strange with Dormammu.
I come to bargain.
He finally manages to convince Markov to resist Shadow Moth, and he saves the day all by himself. However, since the damage to the city can't be reversed, public opinion begins to turn against the heroes. A single moment without Ladybug's presence starts a chain of much bigger consequences. Now, the Rocketeer episode wouldn't happen, as it originally revolved around Alia's growing involvement in heroics and Nino's jealousy, something no longer relevant in this timeline. However, Wishmaker will create more problem than you thought. They will need Viperion again, and Shadow Moth knows this time. He had plenty of time to study the hero's tactics. Thanks to Optigami, Catnoir always relays on Snake Miraculous, and if a villain is powerful enough, they will use it. Shadow Moth waits for the perfect opportunity, catch Viperion off guard, and takes the Snake Miraculous. He immediately unifies them and turns into Monarch. When the heroes saw this happening, they agrees what to do. At this moment, Gabriel is impossible to stop, so they use Rabbit Miraculous to stop him. They go back a little bit to prevent consequences of time. Catnoir never delivers the Snake Miraculous in the first place, and Gabriel's plan fails. Now they know that Shadow Moth was prepared this time, and if they make a mistake, they will lose everything. And if they give Miraculouses to heroes who revealed their secret identity, they will be in a bad situation again. So the only option is new heroes. Catnoir and Ladybug agrees to find new people. There probably won't be any changes to the Simpleman and Keelan episodes. Maybe they can create new heroes, but don't think so. Dearest Family would be still the same, but without the Lucky Charm plotline. Ephemeral wouldn't happen because Suhan left the show. And the episode Kuro Neko would change too, because in this timeline Catnoir doesn't relay on Ladybug, so they can handle with the villain. And Chloe became a good person too, so maybe Panel Team wouldn't happen. Now, let's discuss the season finale, where the story takes a significant turn. After countless failures, Gabriel begins to question why he hasn't won yet. Neither Optigami nor his own efforts have succeeded. He creates risk and wants to send Adrian to London. Adrian knowing he can deceive his father this time. And he has no reason to make a deal with Felix, who remains at home, waiting for the right moment to act. Adrian creates an illusion thanks to Risk's power and sends him. He needs to stay in Paris in order to protect people. Meanwhile, Gabriel starts to destroy Paris with Strikeback. Ladybug and Catnoir can't defeat Strikeback. Despite their last conservations, they still bring the other heroes. They need to eliminate Risk first. But this time, our duo go back in time and finds the object without anyone's help. After defeating Risk, they focus on Strikeback and send them to Sun once again. After the battle, Catnoir gathers the Miraculouses and seals them in the Miracle Box, using his weapon, all except the Rabbit Miraculous. Meanwhile, Felix seizes the opportunity to explore Agreste mansion. He examines Gabriel's locker, Emily's coffin, and the entire mansion, eventually discovering the Miracle Box Adrian had hidden. Since he has the spell book this time, he learns everything about them and steals all the miraculouses one by one. When Gabriel returns home after his failed plan, he informs Natalie. She tries to touch Adrian, but illusion disappears. This is the moment Natalie accepts the possibility that Adrian could be a hero. When Catnoir returns home, he senses something is off due to the silence in his room. Upon opening the miracle box, he finds it completely empty and his world crumbles. Later that night, as Natalie is about to discuss Adrian's illusion with Gabriel, they hear a loud commotion outside. They rush to investigate, only to find Felix, having stolen all the miraculouses, announcing his presence. Concealing his identity, Felix declares, "I've nearly taken all the miraculouses, and now on, I'm part of this game." Catnoir, devastated by his failure, blames himself. Ladybug comes to comfort him, but this time, only a few people from the public stand by them for support. And that's where I'll wrap it up for today. The idea of Catnoir as the Guardian has been one of the most anticipated concepts in Miraculous. What do you think of the story so far? I hope you're enjoying it. Do you think Gabriel will achieve his goal in part 2? Or have our heroes sealed their own fate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on new videos. And while you're here, check out some of our other great content. Until next time, take care.